Hey guys, welcome back to Bits of an Artist's Life. This is Sandi Hester, and I'm excited about this week's video. We just got back from a trip, a camping trip. It was so fun. I painted like a maniac, and in this video I want to share just the process of it, me out painting. I was granted access to some property that I've had my eye on for years. We passed this amazing field, rolling fields, pond, cattle. It's just gorgeous, big old trees. And I finally hunted down the owner, and somebody contacted him for me, and he gave me permission to go on his property. Oh, it was so nice because I had already contacted earlier in the week some other property out where we camp that's really pretty, and there's a business on it. I looked up their website and they were like, we're really nice people, really friendly. I thought, well, I'll call you. So I called, and I got this real country guy who I'm not fully sure he understood what I was asking, but basically when I was like, hey, I'm a artist, I was wondering if I could come on your property and paint. It's just really beautiful. There was a really long pause, and then a lot of umming and ahhing. Could you just call me back later? I'm kind of in a meeting right now. I was like, okay. I didn't say this out loud, but internally I said, oh, that's a no. So I felt a little defeated. Anytime I get a no when I like reach out to somebody about property, then I always feel a little intimidated about asking somebody else. You know what I mean? But found this other guy who owns this other just even prettier property that I just love. And it's really close to our campsite. So you know how I'm always talking about the whole bathroom situation. Like as soon as I leave, like the clock is ticking. So it's nice that it's close. I think I'm going to get to go up there whenever I want. And there's just so much there. Here's what was so interesting about this location painting session for me, or this time at this location. I have not come back from a location painting session where I frantically, desperately needed to paint on a big canvas. I think there was part of me when I was there that felt like there was just this broad expanse of land, and it felt like I needed a broad canvas, a big canvas. I felt like I just wanted to, be like this, making marks. Instead, I had these little sketchbooks and was making marks. I did not actually really love, when I was there, the work that I created. The whole week I felt a little off my game, a little discombobulated. When I came back, looking at the sketches, I did get quite excited. And literally, as soon as I unpacked, I got a big canvas, you can see it back there, that I'd already painted on. I just painted right over it, and the next day I just started working. I don't know that there's going to be anything that comes out of this. I'm going to start another canvas, a smaller canvas. I think I'm going to have maybe like 3 going, so I can just be making marks and working on different compositions and sizes. But there's something about this location and this time of painting that is getting me fired up. I think too, because the season is changing, it's making me want to maybe be inside and work on canvas. I've only been working in my sketchbooks for months. It's been quite a while since I've worked on canvas. I don't really know why that is, but it just is. I do go through seasons like that. And I do wonder if this winter I'm going to work more on canvas and go back through all these sketches that I've been doing all summer, working on the landscape class and filming stuff for you guys, and then work on canvas through that. I don't know. I don't know if this will start that. I have no idea if these paintings will be any good. Do I care? No. There's something in me that just needs to express right now. Do I worry that I'm going to waste paint? No. Do I worry that this is going to be a good finished painting? No. Am I worried that there may or may not be a series of paintings from this? No. All I care about right now is making marks. And I'm at a place in this painting where I'm kind of like, it needs more. And all I'm doing in my assessing as I'm thinking about painting is what feels or sounds really fun to do for a mark. Looking back at my sketches and going, how could I make that mark? What feels like it would be really enjoyable to do? I'm not first thinking about, would this look good? I'm just not right now. I just need to get it out. Maybe not exactly like that, but that's how I'm feeling. Okay, let's jump into it. Let me share some of the footage being out on this amazing property and then show you all the work that I did. Grady couldn't believe how much I did. I couldn't believe how much I did. And it's interesting looking back because, like I said, I felt a little, each day I came in and would look at my stuff. I felt just a little off, like, this isn't really how I'm wanting to work. I think I was feeling the need for bigger marks because I've been working in smaller sketchbooks. That's just how it works sometimes, so I just go with the flow of whatever. So here's what I want to do. I want to share just some footage from that time of painting on this amazing property, and then share with you the 30 plus sketches I did. Then if you missed all the Instagram stories that I did throughout the week, I'm going to put those at the very end, just in case you missed them. That was a long intro. Let's jump into it. I am at a farm. There's usually tons of cattle out here. We are out at our campsite, and this is a farm we pass all the time. There's a nice pond down there, rolling hills, amazing trees, and there's always cattle. I don't know where they are. But I found out who the owner of the property is and got permission to come paint out here. And look, I've got fluffy clouds out there too. So I'm gonna set up. I was gonna be in the bed of the truck. I was gonna set up because I thought all the cows were gonna be out here. Probably better keep an eye out for them. I don't think they're gonna like come running at me, but I've envisioned myself being in the bed of the truck, surrounded by the cows, all of them with their cute little noses sniffing at me, but they're not here right now, but that's okay. I'm super excited about painting this property. I mean, I literally barely can handle it. I can't believe I got permission. It's literally like 5 minutes from our campground, about a mile. Grady dropped me off. He didn't think I could pull in here by myself. It's like, I can pull in. Anyways, he's walking back. He's so sweet. So I'm gonna get set up. And this morning when I went out and painted, I did not have a very good painting session. I feel like I lost my way a little bit. I think part of it is because I've been working small in small sketchbooks and things are a little tighter and not so brush stroke and messy. So I brought my larger sketchbook. I have bigger pieces of paper, and I am gonna set the timer and do just really quick, fast sketches. I'm thinking about 15 minutes. If that feels way too short, then I'll do 20, but 20 max. And I'm hoping to crank it out. I always feel like I'm gonna crank it out and then I do like 1 or 2 paintings. But anyways, I need to get to it. And I'll definitely pull the camera out if the cows come out. If I'm like surrounded by cows, I'll get some good footage. Okay, I'm up in the bed of the truck now. One of my paintings is drying over there. And I've just set up here because I was on this side of the truck. Those are my socks. I got hot, so I had to take those off. I'm basically painting like this view, and I was set up over here because there was shade. And then I got up to stretch and realized that the cows were coming. They're way over there, so I was thinking, oh no, they're gonna sneak up on me. Look, you can see me filming. This road is busy, man. People are flying through here. But I was afraid that the cows would sneak up on me, like they'd pop their head over. So I thought I better get over here, get up in the truck. It's kind of nice because it's a nice view. I feel like I've hit the jackpot with this site. I mean, it is gorgeous. I can't believe I get to start painting here. It's gonna be so fun to paint the seasons. And maybe the cows will actually come. I wonder if I should make some cow noise calls, some cow calls. Okay, let's do it. That sounds more like a lion, doesn't it? How do cows sound? I heard them a few minutes ago. Moo. That's it. It's like I've forgotten my animal sounds. Moo. Nobody's looking. We'll see if they come. Okay, I'm gonna get to painting. And I've been setting the timer and that's been helping. I mean, I'm not creating amazing sketches, but I'm feeling the franticness, which is what I was wanting to feel, and get quick marks. So, okay, I gotta get back to it. Got my pieces drying. I'm so happy that I did the timed stuff. I've got another one in this one. I'll show these a little better to you when we get home. But I think I made 1, 2, 3, like 4 sketches, and I'm definitely coming back tomorrow. I had a blast. This is an amazing location. I'm gonna clean up now. I'm out here again this morning, set up in the back of the truck. The cows are out here a little closer to me, but I really want them to come over to the truck. This is my last morning here, so I am in frantic paint like a maniac, get all the notes. I'm thinking of drawing lines, capture the colors, capture the shadows, capture everything. Look how pretty it is back there. Let me get out of the way. Capture everything that I want to be able to remember, to be able to paint from, since that's how I work. It's nice because this road's not as busy this morning, and Grady's back at the campground. I don't know doing what, but we're both just enjoying the morning. We're heading back out in the morning to go home, so I'm just having an amazing time here. This afternoon we're going to go up to this apple orchard, and we get the most amazing apple dumplings, and we pass all this beautiful scenery on the way there. So ask Grady if we could, as we're heading up this big mountain, up to the top of this big plateau, if we could like take 10-minute stops and give me like 10 minutes to just capture the notes. So we're gonna do that to kind of make it a full afternoon. So I'm excited about that. My painting is, whoa, I don't know, the whole truck just buzzed, that's weird. My painting is dried, so I'm gonna get back to it, the first one that I started working on, and I'll show you all of these at the end. That's to put my dirty water in, an empty peanut butter thing. So a drawing, a quick sketch. This is one that I started first off and got kind of the first layers, and now I'm gonna start putting the details and just keep working. I am getting paint in Grady's truck, so I hope that's okay. It's gouache, so it should rinse off. And here's my view. I mean, you saw it yesterday. The shadows are different. Big old sun up in the sky. The cows are having a nice morning over there on that little hill. They've been eating and now they're taking a little snoozers. And I'm gonna just keep painting. The way I want to begin this tour of sketches and paintings that I did on the trip is in subject or location. I usually just pick a sketchbook and flip through, but there were several themes. So I sketched on the way there in the car and on the way back in the car. So I want to show you my car sketches. Then I want to show you the sketches that I did just sitting at the campsite painting from other older paintings. I do that all the time. Then I'm going to show you the location sketches. There were 2 different locations I went to. So I'm going to clear this out and we'll just go from car sketches to location sketches. The car sketches I did in my art creation sketchbook. These are about like 5 by 8, the size is, and I just used dry material. Before I went, I picked out some pencils and some markers, maybe even my Neocolors. I may have taken them, but I can't remember if I used them, and just had them in the car. At the end, if you did miss my Instagram stories, I filmed some of that. But let's start with this one. We'll just jump into it. So the way I do my car sketching, I just build on the landscape. You move past things way too fast to be able to like get one full scene. So I'll just start working on something, work on it, and then look up and just add to it. So this was my first one. This is marker and color pencil. This was another car sketch, and again, just marker and color pencil, trying to capture these really fun green fields and the clouds. The clouds were really stacking up that day. I got a lot of sketches done. Let's see, is that the same day? Yes. On the way up there. Man, it made the time just really pass quickly. Again, I was trying to get, there was just a really dramatic sky, and I was very limited in colors and material, but that's really fun to do sometimes. Okay, that's all from that sketchbook. Wait, I think. So I also did car sketching when we were heading to an apple orchard that we like to visit in the fall. They have the most amazing apples, but even more than apples, they have the most amazing apple dumplings. Like, they're to die for. We drive like, I think it's 30 to 45 minutes away for these apple dumplings. But I told Grady I wanted to just sketch on the way there. And there were a couple places we pulled off and sketched, but this was again just building the landscape. It was very patchwork, big mountains in the background. We actually drove up to the top. The apple orchard is up here at the top. And then I also made just little color notes because I did find I liked using this black pencil, which, let's see if I can find that little baby. I've ordered another one, a replacement, because he's getting so tiny. But it's an ivory black Derwent, I think it's Derwent drawing pencil. I mean, I love using baby pencils. They make me so happy. So this was another apple on the way to the apple dumpling sketch. The landscape heading up to the apple dumplings are just, it's just absolutely breathtaking. We pulled over, we had to do this really quick because it was usually on property and you just never knew who was going to come out with like a gun or something. Like we would just pull off into somebody's driveway. One of these, some dogs were like running after us and stuff, but this was a 6-minute sketch. Let's see. This was on the way home. I thought I had some more car sketches, guess not. Or apple dumpling. This is on the way home, I think. Yes, this was on the way home. Just trying to capture all these rolling hills and, you know, a church, a barn, pond, the cows in the background with very limited colors again. Super fun. Again, we had just clouds stacking up. Ended up raining on us. Okay, now let's move on to some of the sketches that I did while I was just there at the campsite. One of the things I did, I took these two books with me. One is Trees, Audubon Society Field Guide of Trees, and then I took this Birds of Tennessee book. I just wanted two smallish books, and I had the idea of getting background ideas and inspiration from this book and then doing some birds from this book if I was just sitting around the campsite. So that's what I did. I don't think they were really successful. Here's the first one I did. I do like this guy, but this guy's eyes got a little weird. I needed to go back and work on it, but I ended up just leaving it. Oh, I forgot to date it. Oh no, I didn't. So yeah, there's that one. Again, I do like this guy. I started with marker, maybe? I don't remember. There's a lot of materials in this one. And then I did the same concept with this one. I did start with marker, color pencils, Neocolors, tried to just build it up. Let's see. This is one I painted from another sketch, an older sketch. I was trying to draw Grady. He was out starting the campfire, and I have to go inside when he first starts it because of the smoke bothers my lungs. So I was trying to sketch him, but he was being a wiggle worm, so I didn't do very good and didn't get very much. I just gave up. Okay, then let's see. This is one I love how this turned out. I did this from another painting, another sketch that I did on location a while back. I love the sky, and I just love, yeah, I love the sketch. Let's see, the rest of those are location. Then I also did this one from another sketch of mine. In the original, this goose is turned that way, and I wanted to see if that original sketch could be good bigger, because it's one I've thought about doing a large canvas painting of, and I wanted to see what this goose looked like coming into the painting instead of going out of it. Okay, let's now move on to location sketches. Whoops, I found another one I did while I was just at the campsite, this one. And again, this is one from another painting I've already done. It's just a really nice way to work and gave me a subject matter. Yeah, I thought their little legs in the water was kind of fun. And just a moody sky. Okay, now let's move on to location paintings. Okay, we went hiking at a local park not far from the campsite, and Grady hiked while I sketched and painted. And the first thing I did was do 2 quick little charcoal sketches. One which was of the scene that I was going to paint a good bit, and then this was more close up of just trees that were down and brush. Oh no, this one right here, I forgot. This one I actually did when we went hiking the day before. I stuffed some paper in my belt. I forgot about that. So this was of the creek that we were walking by. Totally forgot about that. I thought that was kind of weird. All right, I didn't date those either. I need to do that. So I had 2 sketchbooks out after I found where I wanted to sit, and started both of them. Would start one, so like this is one that I started and then set it off to the side to dry, and then I would start another one. When I came back to this one, I didn't like the composition, so then I started painting over it, and then I was feeling frustrated at this point because I had just done this and I didn't like it. Now I don't know why, because I love it now. I really don't know why I didn't like it, but that's how it is. I know to not get bummed that day, because I know that later I may love the painting. I think my favorite part of this sketch are these geese, because you kind of have to look for them. It's not real noticeable at first, so I feel like it's kind of that thing where it's like it rewards looking. There were geese everywhere that day, so I was trying to get them in, and there's this amazing bridge with arches and this nice big lodge and just really great trees. So after I did that one and feeling a little frustrated, I came back to this and was like, ugh. I started trying to work on it, and then I gave up. I did mean to come back to this, but Grady got done with his hike. I got up and stretched is what I did. Walked around, stretched, and then I started noticing all the brush and all the beautiful flowers, and there were these bobble weeds that I just absolutely loved. So I thought, well, I'm going to just sketch that. Again, I don't love this, but it was super fun to do. I was trying to just layer marker, color pencil, and Neocolor, and I just had fun observing. That was probably the most fun part about it, just observing, and these bobble things were super fun. So after I did this, I still didn't love this and tried to come back to this and was like, oh brother. And then Grady messaged, and he was going to be there in like 5 minutes, maybe less than that. So I thought, okay, oh my gosh, I've got this clock ticking. So I grabbed my color pencils and just sketched like a maniac. Now, I don't love this and still don't love it, but it was so stinking fun to be in frantic maniac mode sketching. I mean, it was absolutely fun. I had more fun doing this than any of the others. And then, yeah, that's it from that day. Now let me show you the access to fun property with all the cows sketches. I keep finding sketches that I forgot to show you because this is very complicated. I have like 5 sketchbooks. This was another just at the campground sketch that I did of our camper and the truck, and Cooper was laying out there, and there's just fun shapes and things. I just used that ivory black pencil and did that one. All right, now to the fun location. I'm also not going to try to do these in like the order of the days because I think I'm just going to get confused. I'm just going to show them to you. Here was one of the days. Oh, the very first day. I knew that it was going to feel overwhelming. I'm glad I wrote 7 minutes because that reminded me. Every sketch that I did the first day that I was there, I was only there 2 days, 2 different painting sessions. I set a timer. And I think I started off 10 and 15 minute sketches, but I always finished early. So then I just kind of put the time. So there was the first one, or one of them. I do like this one. I feel like it captured the brightness of the day. Make sure. Okay, maybe so I don't forget, I'll go on and show you these. When I got home, I did some quick sketches playing with composition before I started my large painting. And this is one of those. Because I was feeling like the pond, I kept putting it up too high. I felt like it needed to come down a little lower. So I just put all my sketches out and was just doing some compositional and kind of value sketches. Thought I had more than that. Maybe in another sketchbook. Okay, so I think I'm done with that one. This was a sketch I did just with an ink pen. This right here, an ink brush pen. Sennelier, I don't know how you say that, but I used that one, just kind of a burnt umber. Felt like I needed to just kind of draw and feel things out. Sometimes I just need to do that. I usually do it with charcoal, but I wanted more of a brush mark. Okay, let me just make sure I've shown you everything in this one now. Yes, okay, done with that one. Let me show you this big piece of paper. I think this was on the first day. I wanted to do a timed larger piece, so I pulled out some of this paper. This is the cheap paper that I use. I have a whole video on cheap, good paper. This is the cheapest of the cheap that's really thin, and I keep it in that cardboard thing that I use as a table. And again, I just wanted to draw and make notes and try to, it's all about just trying to capture things. Color, value, shape, line, mark, all of that. And I really like this area, and there's some things about the sky that I really like. It's interesting how it brings back my memory and how there's kind of a pinky area over here that I was trying to capture. It reminds me the contour of the hills. It reminds me that there were texture down here that I was trying to capture and remember. So that was on. And let's see. I think some of my best work of that location was in here. This was a timed one. I wanted to work on it longer because I felt like it was going really well. I love the sky. A lot of texture. If you were actually looking at this, it's kind of chunky. And a lot of just pretty color. I wanted to work some more and tell some more detail of this foreground and get the cows in, but I had set those limitations of the timer, and I thought, nope, I'm gonna just stop. So that's what I did. It says 20 minutes, but I think I didn't spend that long. This is the painting that made me want to get a big canvas out. There's something about the line work, the color, the mark making, the scribbling. It's got a childlikeness about it that I really like. I love the flow of it, and that's what I've been trying to capture in my big canvas. People ask me all the time what this is. This is glassine paper that I will stick in between the pages so they don't smudge on one another. What I keep a big stack of are our worship bulletins from church. They are cream, so it's the exact color of my sketchbooks, which is nice because if I need to test a color. And in my smaller sketchbooks, I'll just stick it in between as I'm working out on location. And then when I get home, if it's something that I want to preserve for good, I'll put the glassine in there. This was on the second day, and I noticed this light pole, and I thought I'm going to just put it in and see how it worked with perspective. A lot of morning time colors. I do feel like this captured the sky and just the colors of the early morning. Oh, I thought I did more. I'm gonna have to flip through my sketchbooks real quick because I do feel like I did more. So I'm gonna do that. Let me flip through everything really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I'll pop back on here if I did miss something. Okay, I looked through everything. I think that was it. It didn't feel like as much work as I was actually like flipping through it like that, but 30 plus sketches. I loved the car sketches. I'm definitely going to incorporate that more into my long drives. Really passes the time, and I'm just really happy with the body of work. I wasn't at the time, but I knew that later that could change, and it did. And I'm really excited about taking some of these and making them larger paintings. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it this week. It was really fun. I love sharing my trips with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it. And I'll see you back here shortly, guys. Bye. I am packing for a camping trip and thought I would show you what I'm packing for the car ride for sketching. I've fit pretty much everything in here that I'm taking for sketching and painting for the camping trip. I do still need to fit my pencil case and marker roll. They're over here on the desk. I kept them out because I may want to sketch later today. They probably won't fit in here, but that's okay. All right, let me show you what's in here. I've packed two little cases here. One are basically overflow of markers, just colors that I thought maybe I should take. I don't know why. I'm sure I have very similar colors in my other roll, but I always like to make a little color chart because it's just so much easier to find the colors quickly. I can just take a glance at this and know what color to grab. And then I also picked a small bag here of color pencils, just ones that felt very, very necessary. And I think it's a really nice color palette. So that'll be fun for the drive. I plan on doing landscape, just kind of building landscapes as I pass stuff. And I'm going to take just one sketchbook. Oh, and then I have pencil sharpener in a bag for pencil shavings. So that will be fun to have for the 2.5 hour car ride. And here I have the normal things. I'm taking basically 3 of my smaller, like 5x8-ish sketchbooks, paper to go in between the pages. I've got a thing of gouache. I've got some yogurt lid and coffee lid palettes. My Neo colors. What's this? Oh yeah, some POSCAs that I felt when I threw in at the last minute. Down at the very bottom, I have, what are those? Tempera paint sticks, one larger sketchbook, and is that it? Yeah, that's it. And then just little bobs and bins in here, like pencil sharpener and chapstick and stuff. Water, and some brushes, and that's it. We're in the car heading to our campground, and had several questions about sketching in the car and how I do landscape while I'm in the car since things are flying by. And the way I do it is just build on the landscape. So where we're going and things that we're passing are very hilly. So I start just kind of, I'll take my pen, my marker or pencil, and I'm just kind of looking at the hills and I just build it. So I'll pass a house and I just look and look and look and look and memorize, and then I'll plop a house down. Then I'll plop when I need something else. I'll look up, I'll plop a chunk of trees in. So I just build it in that way. I'll show you. I'm in the middle right now of this one, and all I'm using are markers and color pencils. So this one I just started, so I'm just building it up with color. Have very limited, well, we can say limited supplies. This may look like a lot. Color pencils, markers. Nothing is really like color coded. These are just some overflow markers. So I'm definitely finding this limiting, and we took a bathroom break. Grady's getting back in the truck. And then these are my color pencils. I did think about these and bring colors that I thought I would like. So that's what I'm doing. Just building this up and plopping things in as I see them. And I'll show you what this looks like when I'm done. Here's my setup here at the campground. Painting this sketch from another sketch right there, an older one. Got my lemon ginger water tea and enjoying the view. And Grady's washing the truck. Okay, we're out here in this beautiful area on our my first hike of the season. I swapped shirts with Grady when we got out of the truck because his looks warmer. I was like, give me your shirt, I'll give you mine. And then I went in the bathroom when we got here, and I came out and I was like, ooh, look like a wilderness woman. Because especially with that dance. Didn't know that wilderness women dance like that. Anyways, I've got my fanny pack with paper stuck in here for sketching. I've got a piece of charcoal, snacks, all the hiking essentials back here. We're gonna do it. Let me show you Grady's shirt, which is my shirt.
You mean with the long sleeves?
No, the sleeves are too short. But it's keeping you warm and not too warm.
Maybe.
Perfect. Grady and I have come out to a local park this morning, the one we hiked at yesterday, and I've got a lake behind me. I've hiked around a little bit to find a good view, and I'm pretty happy with this. There's a really cool bridge. Can you see it over there with like arches? My backpack feels really light, which is making me nervous. I did try to really pare down my supplies because I knew I'd be hiking a little bit this morning. It's quite cold too. I'm not sure if I dressed warm enough. Let me show you what's in my bag. Okay, I also just brought this little stool. We use it at the camper all the time, and I'm going to sit on that and use the ground as my table. I'm hoping that will help. Medical device. And I brought just a small, like, favorites color pencils, and I put my color charts there. A palette, which is a Folgers lid, coffee lid, works perfect. Water bowl, which is actually a dog bowl, works perfect. And I brought 2 sketchbooks because I knew I wanted to paint, and that way one can be drying as I work on another one. I brought my trusty Neo colors, and I brought a small array of markers and brought my color charts for those. I always find it so helpful to have my color charts, and a couple of POSCAs. I didn't really mean to bring those. And then my thing of gouache. And I didn't pare those down. I brought everything. Got brushes here and some snacks, and that's it. Let me show you my view. Gorgeous morning. So nice and quiet. I like that there's a little building right there. There's an island over there. Just, yeah, I'm hoping the ducks will come too. So I'm gonna get set up, hopefully stay warm, hopefully do some good sketches. I really don't care if I do good sketches, I just wanna paint. And I was gonna say I'll show you at the end, but I think for my next YouTube video, I'm gonna just show you all the sketches that I did on this whole trip, because there's a lot, and it's only day 2, I think, of the trip. One other thing I meant to mention, I like to bring this like cardboard portfolio thing as my table or desk. It's nice because I can set stuff up here plus the sketch. So I was feeling a little off my game. I did this one, and then I started one with marker. I didn't like the composition and just was feeling a little off. I am going to come back to that in just a minute. Then I did another one just focusing on the undergrowth. I got up and stretched and noticed just some amazing like little ball things over there. You probably can't see them. Where are they? Anyway, you'll have to just trust me. They're pretty amazing. I'll try to get some pictures and flowers. And anyways, I just felt like I needed to change gears. You can see here I have everything just all around me. This has been a nice setup with the stool, because as I get warm and my high knee starts hurting, I'm able to add some cushion. So that's worked out nice, and it's been nice having the ground. I don't know if in the winter I'll be too cold, but this has been really nice.